Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by to check out this video. This video is about a deck that I took apart because I no longer enjoyed it and it wasn't fun to play. And even when I did well, I didn't enjoy it. It's Karthus Tyrant of Jund. I retired it. I no longer play it. It all started because I wanted to build a Dragon Tribal deck. And as you can see, Dragon Tribal is by far and away the number one tribal choice. And the commanders just didn't interest me. Miriam wasn't out at the time, but I still wouldn't build it because I think this dragon, the Ward 2, he basically copied dragons. It's just not fun. Ur Dragon, I also think is corny. It's got Eminence, which I'm not a fan of. It's just too, I don't know. Tiamat's cool, that's something in the future I may build. I do like the fact that it's not exactly a commander that's required to play for the deck to win, but it draws you dragons and it's 5 colors. Targa, I wanted to play at least a 3 color deck. Revaz is like Revaz, however you say it. The claw is something I might consider in the future. But Scion, my buddy has that deck, and I don't want to build the same dragon deck as my buddy. And I don't know. A lot of these commanders that were out, they just didn't interest me. So I thought Karthus would be a good pick. I was trading somebody, and they had a lot of dragons, and I already have a lot of dragons. I traded them for a full Karthus, long story short, and I had some of like the big time expensive dragons that are already super popular in dragon decks, like Hellkite Courser is $9, Hellkite Tyrant's 850. What else is there? Um, Surge of Valkus is $10. Terror of the Peaks, man, $50. Yikes, man. Whew. Udvara Hellkite, 19.99. Some of these cards are expensive, like Defense of the Heart, $16. Lurking Predators, $10. Jessica's Will, and of course I have some of the Ravnica lands. Now, here's the deal. The first thing you're going to notice about this deck is why it's one of the reasons why I stopped playing it, which when I built it, I did not think would be that big of a deal, is the commander's ability. When Karthus Tyrant of Jund, well, first off, it's a 7 drop. It has green, so 7 drop's not a problem. It has flying and haste. When Karthus Tyrant of Jund enters the battlefield, gain control of all dragons, then untap all dragons. Other dragon creatures you control have haste. All it takes is one clone to ruin your day. You know, somebody casts a clone, simple card. I mean, boom. Blue and 3 mana enters copy of any creature on the battlefield. They just, there's a lot of spells, that your opponents can do that copy your creature or make a copy of it or make a token copy, whatever. Basically, they just gain control of all your dragons. The dragons have haste, so you're probably either you or someone's gonna lose, and you're probably eventually gonna lose if you don't kill it or get it back. I don't know, but that's not the main reason why I took the deck apart. And this deck isn't optimized. It's I'm not sure if I built it good, but I had fun with it at first, and never had problems succeed like getting things going. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I have a circuitous route, cultivate, Farseek, Kodama's reach, rampant growth. Search for tomorrow, read for bones, night's whisper. I had ways to get a good start and all that stuff, and I had removal, like, of course, arcane signet, solar ring, Rakdos signet, Gruul signet. I had things to get the deck going, but the real problem was I don't know if you've ever played with a dragon commander that actually does good with a lot of dragons. It's I hate to say it, but even if you're not a good dragon deck, once people see a couple of dragons hit the board, they panic. Like, you cast, let's say you just play a Killmount Dragon, it's a 5/5, okay, then maybe you play a freaking red dragon 4/4, and they're like, oh wow, this guy's got 2 flyers. And then you play something absurd like, maybe you play a Terror of the Peaks and or an Advar Hellkite, and you attack with. I mean, like, once they see this, whether or not you do anything with it, or for sure an Atarka, people, you have an Atarka out and like a Blade Wing. I mean, almost that's yeah, over 20 damage. People get so afraid, and then you automatically become target number one, which is one of my rules in Commander, not to break unless you want to be target one. You're playing a highly competitive deck and you want to have a good start, but that's another story. But in most cases, you don't want to be the number one target, and this deck just makes you the number one target. And I mean, like I said, there is good spells to get off to a good start, and the removal is not bad. You can just beat people down, but as soon as people see a dragon, they just panic, no matter what. I mean, you could be losing, you could be fourth. There could be four people. You're dead last. You're not doing anything. Once people see dragons, they panic, and I just got tired of it. I mean, there were some times in games where I would just play like, I don't know, I'd play this, a Savage Vent Maw, and all of a sudden I got three people gunning for me, or I'd play like a Lathliss, and I said, okay, I got my Lathliss out. Maybe I don't have any other dragons in my hand. Maybe they're just spells that do nothing, and it's like, okay, Lathliss. Not only do they remove my Lathliss, but they're just attacking me because they don't want me to come back. They want me gone basically. And it wasn't a small sample size of games. It was a lot of games. And I found every game went either two ways. One, I had a normal or a hot start. Either way, it didn't matter. A normal start or a hot start. Like a hot start would be like, turn one Soul Ring into Rampant Growth, and then turn three I'm casting like a Charmaw or like, I don't know, freaking Green Dragon or something, just to have something on the board. Like nothing crazy. Or there's be those games where, I have, like turn three Storm Breath followed off with a Victus Asmati or something. I don't know. There'd be starts where I do either really good or just decent. Just a decent start, like getting ahead on mana. And people just freak out. I mean, they freak out when you play dragons. And even the games where like I'm falling behind, I miss my third land drop and I don't draw any ramp, and it's like turn four and I got two lands. And I miss turn five, I have two lands. And on turn six I draw Farseek, and it's like, okay, well I got three mana now. Then I cast a Read the Bones. Okay, oh, I found my other land. And the next thing you know, the engine starts going. I'm way behind on board still, but as soon as you drop a dragon, people just automatically get afraid of dragons. And I just got tired of it because every single game, pretty much there wasn't a game where I wasn't a target. And I was playing with, I tell people what decks I had. Hey, do you care if I play Karthus? It's a dragon deck, and it's a dragon deck. And people played their decks, and, I just could never get off to a start that could do anything because by the time I built any boards, just have three people against me, and I don't know, just stopped being fun. So I took this deck apart. I still have a lot of the dragons. I sold some of them because most of the decks I build are budget, and to be honest, I don't need a Terror of the Peaks. So I could, for $50, I can build a whole deck. You know, I sell an Udvar Hellkite, Terror of the Peaks. It's almost two decks I can build. Throwing a Scourge of Valkus. I mean, there's two decks from three cards. So, long story short, my advice, if you are going to build a commander deck, don't build Karthus, because it's not going to be fun one way or another. Even if people don't target you, they can just steal your dragon and ruin your day. And trust me, there's a lot more clone effects in Magic than you think there are. But other than that, I mean, you're just going to be a target. It's like, and I'll be honest, last time I played against somebody with a where is it? An Ur Dragon deck. I mean, the guy was target. He was he was dead to rights. I mean, they took him out. I was playing, I think, That's the crazy thing. I was playing like one of my budget zombie decks, I think, and this guy, or no, I was playing Immodane, the Pyromancer. It was a budget deck. It's, it was a less than $50 deck. And this other guy had Ur Dragon, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just, I was just grinding gears trying to get started. And everyone's just like, oh, Ur Dragon, you're, you know, we're coming for you. They took him out. Two people, they double teamed on him. And, and the last time I played another game, they had Tiamat, and they got taken out quick because people just get afraid of dragons no matter what. So that's why if I do build another dragon deck, I'm looking at Rivaz of the Claw. Oh, my dog's barking. Don't mind her. It's storming. Sorry about that. Rivaz of the Claw seems pretty cool. A mono red Lathis wouldn't be that bad. Furkrag's cool. I really do like Rith. Rith might I get people might cry about that though, because really, if you build a Rith deck right, flying Ward 2, other dragons you control have Ward 2. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature or planeswalker and opponent controls was dealt excess damage this turn, create a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying. I don't know if you build that deck right, that deck can get pretty nutty. I don't know. I'll have to see what I want to build. There's some cool options. There's a lot of cool dragons, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, man, it's tough playing dragons, and people are very like, I don't know if the word's closed-minded, but like they're like set. They're like programmed that when any dragon hits the table, you got to remove it. But I don't know. That's just my take. Let me know what you think about Karthus and why I took it apart. And if you guys took any of the decks apart that you had, I'd love to know because that's interesting to me. So let me know what decks you guys built that you don't like anymore, and I'll look at them. And you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.